This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of today's host team and MSPN Digital Television and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of today's host team and MSPN Digital Television.
This is MSPN Digital Television, promoting local teams and local athletes since 2017 in North Dakota and Minnesota.
Third time's the charm for the Otters. They're your Section 8 2A champions tonight. What's the victory here over the Monaga Braves?
Producing area youth and high school sports broadcasts, along with news, highlights, and scores of the area's semi-professional teams.
In the 2018 Clark Cup champions are the Fargo Force.
Also search MSPN DTV to follow us on most social media platforms for news, scores, and highlights of college sports. Plus the Twins, T-Wolves, Wild, Lynx, PWHL, Vikings, and so much more. MSPN Digital Television. Visit us online at our website, mspndtv.com. This MSPN broadcast starts right now. Turn it over to the broadcast booth for the pregame show on MSPN Digital Television.
All right, welcome back. My thanks to Brad for doing the Bismarck Fargo Post 400 game, giving me a couple hours off. And now we are back for the nightcap here between the Minot Vistas, who will be the home team on the scoreboard, taking on the Jamestown Eagles, who upset Williston. If upset's the word you want to use anyway, based on seeding, the 10 seed upsetting the 8 seed in 8 innings. And they would pick up a win. So they came that close to defeating West Fargo, and then they knock off who did they play second in the tournament? I forget now. I don't have that in front of me. I should have it in front. Oh, I know where it's at. It's on my other tab here. So they almost beat West Fargo. They got walked off in the or they beat Dickinson, then they almost beat West Fargo, but got walked off in the bottom of the 8th. And then they rebound with a win over Williston, and now they get their shot at Minot, another really good team, one of the top 5 teams in the state. And matter of fact, they are the 4 seed in the state. It's Fargo Post 2, West Fargo, Bismarck, Minot in 1, 2, 3, 4 fashion. And so we'll see if Jamestown can do it again, or if Minot will pull off a win and advance. One of these two teams will be done after this game. It'll be interesting to see what Jamestown has left in the tank after using I think they used 2 pitchers in that game against Williston, if memory serves me correctly. So we'll see. Minot's had a little bit of a rest. Jamestown had that game earlier this afternoon, so we'll see if either of those factors play in either of the team's favors. So Minot. Oh, we got the national anthem. I forgot about that. So we'll talk more about Minot in just a moment. We'll be right back.
Who just picked up Buffalo Wild Wings Go? The Hankster! Hank! What?
Jimmy already got B-Dubs Go.
Yeah, Jimmy already got B-Dubs Go. Jimmy already got B-Dubs Go?
Jimmy already got B-Dubs.
Okay, Jimmy already got B-Dubs Go delivered, but did he get 6 free wings?
Yeah.
No! That's why I love bourbon barbecue wings!
Wow.
That was something.
You didn't like it.
No.
I mean, I used to sing on cruises.
What made you stop?
The cruises. Bourbon barbecue wings!
This and That, locally owned and operated since 2019, has a wide variety of items, vintage classics, antiques, clothing, and so much more. One customer describes the inventory as fresh and revolving, as the friendly owners are always bringing new items into the store. So if you're looking for a super awesome store with very classy decor, a ton of variety, where the price is right, then stop in at This and That, 136 South Main Avenue in Rugby, or call 701-390-7453. For store hours, visit the This and That Facebook page.
All right, national anthem and American Legion Code of Conduct all take place during that break there. And Excuse me. So Minot and Jamestown, they played back on July 18th, and Minot picked up 4-1 victories in both games of that doubleheader. So a 4-1 victory and a 4-1 victory, and now they play again. And will Minot win 4-1 again? That's yet to be determined. Like I said, that was back on July 18th, about approximately 2 weeks ago. And Jamestown, well, they ended the regular season and entered the state tournament playing well. And they always say that if you get hot at the right time, it doesn't really matter what your seeding is. And would you consider the Jamestown Eagles hot right now? I don't know if I'd go quite that far yet, but Minot should not take them for granted. That can absolutely be said for sure. Because if Minot does take them for granted, their season will come to an end at this game, because Jamestown is going to give it all they got. I am pretty confident in that, and that's all you can ask for from any team in this tournament, is to give it all they got and leave it out on the field. And pretty confident that's what Jamestown's going to do in this one, to try and pick up a victory and keep their season alive. And if they can get a victory here against Minot, then they'll have 3 wins in the state tournament, which would match their regular season conference win total of 3 wins. And so like I said, only 3 wins in that regular season, but they already have 2 here in the state tournament. They're looking to pick up that 3rd one here against Minot. Minot's not going to be an easy opponent, but we'll see what happens. I don't want to say it's a coin flip. I think Minot still has a slight advantage in this contest. But like I said, it's the wide world of sports, and you just never know what's going to happen. So, state conference record: Jamestown 3-15, Minot 12-6. Minot's 8-2 when playing away from home, and Jamestown is 2-6 when playing away from home. So, two of the 3 conference wins for Jamestown came on the road this season, and well, they're on the road right now. So, in essence, anyway. Thomas Newman will be the leadoff batter here for Jamestown, and the first pitch comes across as ball 1 at 7:27 p.m. And a strike delivered to Newman. So 1 ball and 1 strike, the count. Jackson Radke is their starting pitcher here for Minot. And he's tossing him into the glove of Kellen Burke, as that one will come across for a strike to make the count 1-2 against Tom and Newman. Adam Rodacher is playing first base, Trey Stewart at second, Parker Hann at shortstop, Carson Deaver at third, the outfield after the 1-2 pitch. And it's a little high. We're even at 2 apiece. In the outfield, Aiden Deal in left, Tyson Ruziska in right, and Easton Panasic in center field. And another pitch I'll miss, and we're at 3-2 now. So full count to Thomas Newman on the first batter of the game. 5 pitches so far for Radke, and pitch 6 coming up. And he'll walk Newman. So the first base runner reaches via a walk. And now that brings up Tyson Jorison. We'll also see Jackson Colpin this inning as well as the 1-2-3 batters. And showing bunt. The pitch comes up high. He pulls it back quick enough to avoid the strike, and it's 1-0. Oh, for some reason our scoreboard didn't reset. I just now noticed that. All right, I think everything's correct now. We'll see if anything else happens here. Throw up to second, and they did not get him. The ball actually escaped out into center field, and the pitch came across as a ball, so it's 2-1. And Thomas Newman will get credit for the stolen base. And 2-1 to the batter, Tyson Jorison. I'm actually going to check one more thing, just to be on the safe side. Checked in good, awesome. 3-1 count now here to Tyson Jorison. So Newman in scoring position here. And the pitch is low, and they'll walk back-to-back batters to start this game. And now Jamestown has 2 runners on with nobody out.
Third, number 18, third baseman Jackson Colpin.
And Jackson Colpin will come up to the plate and see if he can also reach base or not. And a little bunt down the first base line, and it's going to be thrown over, and coming in from from second around third is Thomas Newman, and now Tyson Jorison on the throw will score, and Jamestown takes a 2-0 lead early here in the top of the first. So 2 errors on the play, and they score 2 runs.
Number 13, center fielder Preston Gall.
So Jackson Colpin will reach second on said pair of errors. The first one charged to the first baseman, which allows Newman to score on the same error, and Jorison to advance to third on the same error. And then on the next error, Jorison will advance home to score, and Colpin over to second. And that one will roll foul, and everybody will reset. All right, now we got that all caught up in our scorebook. It's Preston Gall, the batter. He's down 0-2 in the count already. I want to say hi to Jim watching from Denver, North Carolina. Swing and a miss on Preston Gall. That's the first strikeout of the game by Jackson Radke. So batter 5 in the lineup comes up for Jamestown. It happens to be number 5, Bennett Gaynor. So 1 out with the strikeout. A little bit cooler today, or in this game, than it was in the first 2 games this afternoon. I can touch the camera, pan it, and zoom it without burning my hand. Time is called, so that pitch will not go into the counter as a pitch thrown for Radke. A swing and a miss, and Gaynor not super happy about that swing and a miss there. He Thought for sure he was going to make contact on it, but he was wrong. So Bismarck advanced over Fargo Post 400 in the game right before this one. They will play the winner of this game tomorrow at, is it 2:30 tomorrow? Let me double check the bracket here. Yes, 2:30 tomorrow. Bismarck will play the winner of this game here. 2-2 to Bennett Gaynor. Bismarck's had to do a lot of waiting to see who their opponent is in this tournament.
Hey, go win it, Benny.
Go, Jackson.
Full count. 3-2. Two extra inning games today and one 7-1 one-sided victory in favor of Bismarck. And that will be a strikeout instead of a walk like Gaynor thought it might have been. So strikeout puts out number 2 on the board. Strikeout looking. I'll bring up Adam Sortland now.
Adam Sortland.
2 runs on no hits and 2 Minot errors up to this point. And they still have Jackson Colpin sitting on second as a result of that second error. Has not advanced yet. This one will drop into the turf dirt, if that's what you want to call it, and it's should be 1 ball and no strike, I think. I don't think he called a strike on that one. Scoreboard in the outfield shows 0-1. And that one's going to be popped up and out of play, and then now they're going to say 2 strikes. Oh, he did call a strike on that one. I just watched the replay. So 0-2. 1-2 from Racky. Outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. 10 minutes in to this ball game and a quick 2-0 start here for Jamestown. They still have a runner on second. A base hit could put another run on the board here, and we'll see if they can get it or not. Swing and a miss, and they will not get it, and they'll leave Colpin stranded on second base, and that will conclude the top half of the first. 2 runs on no hits and 2 Minot errors, and they leave 1 on base. And we're back with the home half of the first, which will be Minot batting when we return after this.
Mitso Magic Services is locally owned and operated out of Bismarck, North Dakota. They provide the services you need to keep your home looking great. Whether it's lawn mowing or snow removal, get the job done for a reasonable and affordable rate with Mitso Magic Services. Mitso Magic Services also offers weed control, landscaping, tree trimming, and yard cleanup services and more. Want some magic done to your yard? You know who to call. Mitso Magic Services. Contact Jaden today at 701-333-9791 or visit them on Facebook by searching Mitso Magic Services.
Doolittle's Wood-Fired Grill is an experience that ignites your senses, featuring wood-fired rotisserie cooking. Grilling meat over an open flame creates that savory wood-roasted flavor, while the rotisserie rotation results in juicy and succulent meats. Doolittle's even has an outdoor fire pit that creates a relaxing setting to wine and dine for any occasion. Visit DoolittlesRestaurants.com for a full menu or to make a reservation. Doolittle's Wood-Fire Grill, 2112 25th Street South in Fargo, or call ahead at 701-478-2200.
Welcome back. Going to the bottom of the first. Minot put Trey Stewart, Kellen Burke, and Parker Hand as their first 3 batters to the plate. Warming up is Adam Sortland on the mound for Jamestown. Behind the plate, catching those pitches is Tyson Jorison. Bennett Gaynor at first, Ethan Otley at second, Thomas Newman the shortstop, Jackson Colpin at third. In the outfield, you got Preston Gall in center, Caden Hawkinson in right, and Isaac Webster in left field. That's the defensive setup for Jamestown here in game number 14 of the state tournament. Feels like it's flying by this year, but then again, it's game 14, and it's only my, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's only my 5th game of the tournament that I've had to broadcast. Last year, I did 17 of the 18 games. So that one went by a little bit slower. Did not get burned out this year, I guess you could say. 2-0 Jamestown. Trey Stewart, the leadoff batter here for Minot in the bottom of the first. And Trey Stewart will foul the first pitch off for a strike, and it's 0-1.
Go, Trey.
The 0-1 pitch, and that one's lifted up, pushed foul for strike 2 to the third base side. So Mandan, Grand Forks, and Fargo Post 400 are done, and one of these two teams will unfortunately join them at the conclusion of this game. One ball and 2 strikes here to Trey Stewart, and now he gets hit by a pitch, and Trey Stewart will make it to first base as a result. Now bring up Kellen Burke. So just like Jamestown, Minot's first batter reaches base. Only difference is Jamestown reached on a walk and Minot reaches on a hit by a pitch. And we'll see if they can respond with nobody out. First pitch will miss for a ball as it goes into the dirt. One ball, no strike. And that'll hit him. So back-to-back batters walked by Minot in the top of the first for Jamestown. Now back-to-back batters hit by a pitch in the bottom of the first for Minot.
Let's go, Parker.
So 2 runners on, Trey Stewart on second, Kellen Burke on first, Parker Hand the batter. And the pitch comes in for strike 1. The 0-1. Right over the edge and framed up nicely by Jorison for strike 2. And this one, 2 bouncer to second. He'll take the option at first, and that will allow Kellen Burke to advance to second, Trey Stewart to third, and it'll go into the books as a 4-3 ground out for Parker Hand.
Number 10, left fielder, Aiden Deal.
Aiden Deal, the batter now. As now a base hit could potentially tie this game. 1 out, runners on second and third, and the pitch, and it's right back at Sortland, and he'll fire over to first as he looks Trey Stewart, stares him down to hold him at third. Nice play there by Adam Sortland to get the out and prevent the run. So that puts 2 outs onto the board, and Adam Rodacher will step up to the plate now here for Minot. So a delayed 1-3 ground out. And the runners stay put at their original bases. And that pitch comes in a little low for a ball to Rodacker, and it's 1-0. Rodacker's had some success for Minot here in this state tournament. He's 4 for 5 on his at-bats, not including any walks hit by a pitch or anything else like that. But he has 2 hits to left field and 2 hits to right field and 1 ground out to third here in the state tournament. So he's been pretty good. And this will be a fly out to left. And making the catch is Isaac Webster. And it's no runs, no hits, no errors, and 2 left on base here for the Minot Vistas. And they trail 2-1 after, or 2-0 after 1 complete here at Starring Bank Field in Game 14 of the State AA Legion Baseball Tournament, live here on MSPN Digital Television. We'll be right back.
Sweet Shots is Fargo's premier golf entertainment destination. Sweet Shots will host your birthday, bachelorette party, corporate events, date nights, or a night out with friends and family. Need help with your golf game? Visit with one of Sweet Shots' PGA teaching pros. Hungry? They have a full food and beverage menu too. Try your shot in one of 60 climate control hitting suites or one of 5 indoor full swing simulators that include golf, hockey, hunting, football, soccer, and zombie dodgeball. Make the trip to 3400 James Way South in Fargo or visit sweetshots.com for much more.
This and That, locally owned and operated since 2019, has a wide variety of items, vintage classics, antiques, clothing, and so much more. One customer describes the inventory as fresh and revolving, as the friendly owners are always bringing new items into the store. So if you're looking for a super awesome store with very classy decor, a ton of variety, where the price is right, then stop in at This and That, 136 South Main Avenue in Rugby, or call 701-390-7453. For store hours, visit the This and That Facebook page.
Inning 1 is done. We move to inning 2, and it's a 2-0 lead for the Eagles. As Jamestown gets out to a quick start in the top of the first, we'll see if they can carry that over here to the top of the second, or if this will turn into another one of those pitching duels that we've seen in 2 of our 3 games today. Ironically, every game that's gone to extra innings in this state tournament has resulted in one of the teams scoring 2 runs in the first inning. Pitch is low and out for a ball. Caden Hawkinson is the batter here for Jamestown. Jackson Racky on the mound with pitch 28 coming up here. He had 26 through the first inning of play. That could hit the gap. No, it will not. Coming over is Tyson Rosiska to make the catch. And Minot puts 1 down here in the top of the second.
Number 27, left fielder Isaac Webster.
Isaac Webster. A hit to left, a ground out to short, a pop out to second base in the state tournament. And that one's low for a ball, 1-0 here to Isaac Webster. Squaring up for a bunt. That one will pop away, and that'll be ball 2. And that'll miss outside for ball 3. So a 3-0 count here. We'll see if Racky can cash in a free strike or not. And he cannot. Instead, he'll walk Webster on 4. And Jamestown has another runner on base.
Second baseman Ethan Otley.
Ethan Otley, the second baseman, is now the batter in the state tournament. 4 hits, including 1 infield hit. Reached base on an error twice. No groundouts, no flyouts, according to the information I have in front of me here. 1 ball, no strike. The hits went to right center, I believe. If I remember correctly, I think, no, I don't think that was the triple. It might, I don't know, it might have been. But anyways, he had a hit to deep right center, and then he had 2 hits to shallow center. Had that infield hit towards second base area, and then reached base on an error on 2 occasions in this tournament. 2 balls and no strikes, and the last 6 pitches here from Racky have been balls, and right as I say that, he tosses a strike and breaks that snaps that streak. 2-1. 3-1. And he'll walk them. So they walk back-to-back batters. Only this time there's 1 out prior to the 2 walks. In the last inning, there were no outs prior to the 2 walks. And now walking out to the mound is the Minot coach. And they're going to talk things over. He's going to go out and say hello. Let's see here. Clear the count for the next batter, which will be Thomas Newman. So Thomas Newman returns us to the top of the lineup, and it looks like Jackson Racky is done. 37 pitches for Racky. That'll be his final number for this game. 22 balls and 15 strikes, Racky. And 37 pitches through the first 9 batters. So he'll go through their lineup once, and now we'll get a new pitcher on the mound. We'll take a break. We'll tell you more about the updated positions and changes, and we'll do that in about 30 seconds here.
Mitso Magic Services is locally owned and operated out of Bismarck, North Dakota. They provide the services you need to keep your home looking great. Whether it's lawn mowing or snow removal, get the job done for a reasonable and affordable rate with Mitso Magic Services. Mitso Magic Services also offers weed control, landscaping, tree trimming, and yard cleanup services and more. Want some magic done to your yard? You know who to call. Mitso Magic Services. Contact Jaden today at 701-333-9791 or visit them on Facebook by searching Mitso Magic Services.
All right, new pitcher on the mound is Cale Wahlstrom for Minot. And no other defensive changes, just Wahlstrom in and Racky out. Simple as that. Once again, Racky with 37 pitches through the first 9 batters, and now Racky will see the second trip through the lineup for Jamestown as he finishes up his warm-up pitches here, and umpire says he'll get 2 more warm-up pitches. And then we'll return to action here. So a quick start for Jamestown as they scored 2 in the top of the first, and they hold Minot off in the bottom of the first. And now Jamestown has runners on first and second via a walk, and it's the 4th walk issued by Racky in this game. So coach said that's enough. No more walks. We saw what happened in the first inning. Let's try and prevent that from repeating itself here in the second inning. Back to action now. The first pitch from Wahlstrom is going to be low for a ball, 1-0. As I mentioned, Newman walked, so he's 0 for 0. As Racky walked the first 2 Jamestown batters of the game back-to-back. And Wahlstrom with his second pitch, and that will hit the strike zone, and we're even at 1-1. I want to say hi to Ryan. Ryan tuning in from Western North Dakota. If I remember my conversations with him, I believe he's from the Hazen, North Dakota area. That's where my grandmother used to live before she passed on. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. So I've visited Hazen on multiple occasions in my lifetime. Back when I was a kid, the Hazen Bison had a pretty pretty quality girls basketball team that made the state tournament. I remember watching those games on TV as a kid. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now the throw back up to second. And back in time is Webster, and the pitch came across as a ball, so it's 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, 2 runners on, and that pitch is low for a, oh really? It looked like that skipped off the dirt into the glove of Kellen Burke, but I guess not, and it's a strikeout.
Catcher number 1, Tyson Jorison.
Going to the books as a strikeout looking. So that puts out number 2 on the board. Tyson Jorison is 0 for 0. As I mentioned, he was walked last time. Can Jamestown get a hit and continue this inning here? No, they cannot. Line drive shot right into the glove of Trey Stewart at second. That will strand 2 and put an end to the top half of 2. 1.5 complete here at Starry and Bank Field. And the bottom half of the second coming up in just a moment. Stay tuned.
Powerful and playful. Delicate and precise. Bold and carefree. It's the way you move, and it moves us. To deliver care for your whole family, to provide options beyond the expected, to help you leave pain in the past and find your way forward. Orthopedics and sports medicine at Sanford Health. Health lives here.
Sweet Shots is Fargo's premier golf entertainment destination. Sweet Shots will host your birthday, bachelorette party, corporate events, date nights, or a night out with friends and family. Need help with your golf game? Visit with one of Sweet Shots' PGA teaching pros. Hungry? They have a full food and beverage menu too. Try your shot in one of 60 climate control hitting suites or one of 5 indoor full swing simulators that include golf, hockey, hunting, football, soccer, and zombie dodgeball. Make the trip to 3400 James Way South in Fargo or visit sweetshots.com for much more. Welcome back to Southwest Fargo, just off 42nd Street, about 2 blocks south of the Red River Zoo. And here we are at Starry and Bank Field in Game 14 of the State AA Legion Baseball Tournament. And right now, Jamestown has a 2-0 lead, and Minot will bring Tyson Ruziska to the plate here to start off things in the bottom half of the second as that first pitch comes across for ball 1. Fouled away, even a ball and a strike now. And that one is pushed out of play, foul for strike 2. One side of Ben commented just now on our last video our last game between West Fargo and Bismarck. Actually, that was not our last game. That was a while back. That's a fair ball down the right field line into the deep right corner, and he's going to try for 3. He's going to make it, no problem. It's a stand-up triple for Tyson Ruziska.
And the Minot Vistas are on their way to potentially getting a run on the board here in the bottom of the second. Nobody out and a runner on third for Carson Deaver, who will be the next batter. So the first hit of the game for Minot takes 33 minutes for it to be produced, but it comes. And now we'll see if Carson Deaver can keep things going here for Minot. That pitch will miss outside for a ball, 1-0. Two 2-0 now here to Carson Deaver. Deaver bats 7th in the lineup here, so we're at the 7, 8, 9 portion of the lineup. 7 and 8 for sure, 9 depending on what happens with Ruziska on third. 2-1 the count now here to Deaver. And that one's hit well, and it'll bounce for a drop for a base hit. And coming in from third to score, to score is Tyson Ruziska. So it'll be an RBI single for Carson Deaver, and Minot's on the board, and they've trimmed the lead down to 2-1. Now bring up Tegan Schindler. Schindler's due for a hit. He doesn't have one yet here in the state tournament. 2 flyouts, 2 groundouts, and reached base on an error one time. We'll see if that changes on this plate appearance or not. He'll take the first pitch for a ball. 1-0. And that will be ball 2, I do believe. Yep, it sure will be. Squares it up for a bunt, but the pitch misses outside for ball 3. So doubtful he'll square up here. Probably just take this pitch for what it is, a strike or a walk, one of the two. And there'll be a walk. Oh, no, it won't be. It'll be a strike. Wow. I'm not questioning the umpire's calls, but the Minot coach is questioning the call, and based upon my vantage point up here, I think the Minot coach has an argument to make. Now the other umpire is going to come in. Schindler's acting like he's going to get walked, and they are going to award the walk, so no strike. We'll undo that and put ball 4 in its place.
At ninth, center fielder number 0, Easton Patterson.
Let's go, Easton!
Minot out and take ball 4. Schindler at first.
So Easton Panasek, the second baseman, puts a nice bunt down the third baseline. He'll be out at first. He tried to do the head first slide. Could not make it in time. He gets thrown out, but the bunt does its job and moves his teammates Deaver to third and Schindler to second.
Second baseman number 6, Trey Stewart.
Let's go, Trey!
Also puts an out on the board. So now, Minot, base hit, gives them the lead. This one's fouled off for strike 1, in theory, anyway. One ball and 1 strike. Here to Trey Stewart. He was hit by a pitch last time he was at the plate as we return to the top of the order with Stewart. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Runners on second and third. Schindler on second. Over at third is Carson Deaver in the pitch. And that one's lifted up into center field. Actually, no, it's not. I thought it was going way deeper than it did, but it stayed in the infield, and Jackson Colpen makes the catch.
Catcher number 3, Kellen Burke.
Let's go, Kellen.
So pop out for Stewart. Runners stay put. 2 outs on the board, and Kellen Burke, who's hit by a pitch last time as well. And intentional walk will load the bases, and now set up a force out at home as Parker Hand will come to the plate. So Parker Hand, 0 for 1, grounded out to second base on his first trip to the plate. And he'll frame it up over the edge for a strike. Nice pitch there by Sortland, maybe slightly assisted by the frame job of the glove of Jorison. Either way, it's a strike, 0-1. And they got another one over the edge. 0-2. Swing and a miss. Caught, foul tip, and that will do it. They strand 3 on base, and Minot only gets 1, but they do cut the lead in half, but Jamestown hangs on to a 1-run advantage here after inning 2 is through. And we go to inning 3 right after this. Stay tuned.
Powerful and playful. Delicate and precise. Bold and carefree. It's the way you move, and it moves us. To deliver care for your whole family. To provide options beyond the expected. To help you leave pain in the past and find your way forward. Orthopedics and sports medicine at Sanford Health. Health lives here.
Sweet Shots is Fargo's premier golf entertainment destination. Sweet Shots will host your birthday, bachelorette party, corporate events, date nights, or a night out with friends and family. Need help with your golf game? Visit with one of Sweet Shots' PGA teaching pros. Hungry? They have a full food and beverage menu too. Try your shot in one of 60 climate control hitting suites or one of 5 indoor full swing simulators that include golf, hockey, hunting, football, soccer, and zombie dodgeball. Make the trip to 3400 James Way South in Fargo or visit sweetshots.com for much more.
All right, Jackson Colpen steps into the plate. He's 0 for 1, reached base on an error, which eventually led to a run. And another error eventually led to a second run. And that is the reason why Jamestown is up 2-1 at the moment, as that first pitch is fouled away for a strike. And a little high for ball, 1-1. I want to say hi to Darnell. Him and his family are cheering on Nate Walls. Nate Walls, part of the Jamestown Eagles roster. So wish Nate and his team the best of luck in this contest. And there's a nice hit. That'll drop for a base hit in left field. Jackson Colpen gets on base, and now for the 3rd inning in a row, the leadoff two of the three leadoff batters have reached base, and in inning 2, it was the second batter who reached base. First inning, a pair of walks. This time, it comes via a hit. It's the first hit of the game for Jamestown. It comes 42 minutes in, and they scored 2 runs before they got their first hit. Now looking for a bunt, but the pitch is outside, and Colpin threatening to steal second, but will not, and it's 1-0 here to Preston Gall. Gall will square up again. And now he'll pull back and swing, and he'll push it foul to the third base side and out of play. One ball, one strike. And that pitch goes into the turf for ball 2. So 2 balls and a strike. Gall struck out swinging last time he was at the plate. I believe that was the strikeout to end the inning, if memory serves me correctly. I could be wrong on that, though. And this one is foul down the first base side. Nice grab there by the Jamestown coach. He even gets a few applause and cheers from the crowd in attendance here. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The count. Nobody out. Nobody on. Or check that one runner on. Jackson Colpin on first. The set. And the delivery. And that one's sent to right field. It's going to drop for a base hit. Rounding second, and the throw coming into third. It's going to be close. They got him at third. He's out. So Gall will replace Colpin on first base, and basically no harm done on that particular play for for Minot defensively. (9-5) on the throwout at third base. One here to Bennett Gaynor, who struck out looking last time. And this one is a high bouncer towards third. Up to second, over to first. They got him. A 5-4-3 double play to end the inning. Or the end of the top half of the inning at least. And we go to the middle of the third, and it remains a 2-1 game in favor of Jamestown. Can Minot tie it up this time? We'll find out when we return after this. Stay tuned.
Sweet Shots is Fargo's premier golf entertainment destination. Sweet Shots will host your birthday, bachelorette party, corporate events, date nights, or a night out with friends and family. Need help with your golf game? Visit with one of Sweet Shots' PGA teaching pros. Hungry? They have a full food and beverage menu too. Try your shot in one of 60 climate control hitting suites or one of 5 indoor full swing simulators that include golf, hockey, hunting, football, soccer, and zombie dodgeball. Make the trip to 3400 James Way South in Fargo or visit sweetshots.com for much more.
This and That, locally owned and operated since 2019, has a wide variety of items, vintage classics, antiques, clothing, and so much more. One customer describes the inventory as fresh and revolving, as the friendly owners are always bringing new items into the store. So if you're looking for a super awesome store with very classy decor, a ton of variety, where the price is right, then stop in at This and That, 136 South Main Avenue in Rugby, or call 701-390-7453. For store hours, visit the This and That Facebook page.
Bottom of the third we go. It's 2-1 Jamestown here in Game 14 of the State AA Legion Baseball Tournament from Starry and Bank Field in Fargo. And we are 47 minutes into this contest, and Minot's going to bring up the middle of the order. It's batters 4, 5, and 6. Aiden Deal, Adam Rodacker, and Tyson Ruzisco will be the batters that we see this inning. And speaking of Aiden Deal, here he is stepping into the batter's box to lead things off here in the bottom of the third. He'll face pitch 31 from Adam Sortland. And it's high for a ball, 1-0. And that'll be a bouncer that's mishandled by the first baseman. He'll reach base on an error. It could have been an easy out, but instead it's bobbled by Gaynor, and Deal will reach base on said error.
First baseman, number 99, Adam Rodacker.
So Rodacker will step to the plate now with a runner on, and he's 0 for 1 with a flyout to left field on his last trip to the plate. One and 0 to Rodacker. And the pitch is outside for ball 2. And that was a strike a couple innings ago until the coach came out and got his player a walk, and now it's been called a ball. It's 3-0. There's a strike, I think. Yep, he agrees with me. 3-1 now here to Adam Rodacker. Tyson Ruzisco waits on deck. We'll see him for sure this inning. We'll see if we get further than that or not. And that one inside to hit him. It didn't matter if it hit him. It would be a ball 4 walk anyway. So either way, he's going to first base. We'll put it into the books as a walk. And now Tyson Ruzisco, who had the huge hit to down the first base line for a stand-up triple on his last at bat. He would eventually come in to score and make the score what it is now at 2-1. Fouled off for the first strike of this at bat. Adam Sortland on pitch 39 now. So he's nearing the 40 mark. And the next pitch will be 40. Right now it's 1 ball and 1 strike. And that one's going to be a base hit into center field. Will Deal around third? No, they'll have him pump the brakes there, and the bases are loaded on a single by Ruzisco. So Ruzisco with a triple and a single so far in this contest. It moves Deal to third, Rodacker up to second, and loads the bases for Carson Deaver. So now Jamestown in a little bit of hot water here as the bases are loaded with nobody out. 52 minutes into the ball game. We'll see how they work their way out of this one if they do. And the pitch, swing and a miss, and that one's going to pop away. And coming in to tie the game is Aiden Deal, and the other 2 runners will advance 90 feet as well. We have a 2-2 ball game. Pitch was a called strike. First base is now open. And that one will pop away from Jorson as well. This time it stays in front of him, and the runners don't think about it. Two balls and a strike now. And this is a hard hit ball. They'll find the 5-6 gap. Rodacher will come in and score. Rounding third from second is Ruziska, and Minot takes a 4-2 lead. It is a 2-run RBI single for Carson Deaver.
Designated hitter number 5, Tegan Schindler.
And now Tegan Schindler, the batter. Still nobody out. Minot has scored 3 runs, and Jamestown has not been able to put an out on the board yet here in the bottom of the third. Tegan Schindler, who's 0 for 0. He was walked last time he was at the plate. As that pitch comes up high, and he's already at 2-0 here on the count. So Adam Sortland now approaching 50. He's about 4 away from the half-century mark. Outside, ball 3. Minot starting to click now after giving up that early lead, and now they double up Jamestown here over the course of the second and third inning. Sortland is able to deliver a strike there for 3-1 and avoid a walk on that pitch. See if he can deliver a second strike. He can, but it's going to be in the form of a hit. That could very well score Deaver. Yep, they're going to send him. He's coming around, and the throw's not even going to be made. It's an RBI triple for Tegan Schindler, and Minot takes a 5-2 lead. And that will bring a visit to the mound here for Jamestown. And that will do it for Adam Sortland. I have him down at 49 pitches. Let's see if the official count matches that or not. We'll get that announcement here in just a moment, I do believe.
For Sortland, 50.
Okay, so they had him at 50, so I was 1 behind. That's fine. So we'll take a break, and we will give you an update when we return after this. Right now, Minot cruising here in the bottom of the third. Nobody out. They've scored 4 runs, and they lead 5-2. We'll be back in just a moment. Stay tuned.
Mitso Magic Services is locally owned and operated out of Bismarck, North Dakota. They provide the services you need to keep your home looking great. Whether it's lawn mowing or snow removal, get the job done for a reasonable and affordable rate with Mitso Magic Services. Mitso Magic Services also offers weed control, landscaping, tree trimming, and yard cleanup services and more. Want some magic done to your yard? You know who to call. Mitso Magic Services. Contact Jaden today at 701-333-9791 or visit them on Facebook by searching Mitso Magic Services.
All right, so pitching change for Jamestown. And you're getting a look at Braxton Perkins. He'll take over on the mound here for Jamestown in hopes of recording that first as well as the second and third out and minimize the damage here that Minot's been able to accomplish so far here in the third. They scored 1 in the bottom of the second after Jamestown scored 2 in the top of the first to cut the lead in half at 2-1, and now they've come out here on fire so far here in the bottom of the third. They've put 4 runs across the plate. They have Tegan Schindler standing alone on third, And he's 90 feet away from making it a 4-run ball game in favor of Minot. And once again, Braxton Perkins is going to see if he can minimize the damage here and get Jamestown to the top of the 4th. With the score as it is now. Easier said than done, more than likely, but it's certainly doable. This is Easton Panasic, the center fielder from Minot, to the plate. He'll face the first pitch from Perkins. And it is a ball. Ball 1. It looked like Panasic and Schindler were going for a potential suicide squeeze bunt there. We'll see if they try it again or not. And they will show their cards and not move forward with it, and he'll take a strike. It's 1-1. And that one will be 2 balls and a strike.
Let's go, Easton.
So the bunt threat probably putting a jolt into the mind of Braxton Perkins. And as a result, the count goes from 0-1 to 2-1, and now the fouled away pitch will even it up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So like I said, they were showing their cards, maybe just to get in the head of Perkins, and if that's what the scenario was, it's worked. At least in the last couple pitches, it's worked. And now we have a full count at 3-2. Colpin, the third baseman, playing a couple steps in, maybe further than he normally would. And that one's going high to right. Backing up is Hawkinson, and he makes the catch. Tagging on third is Tegan Schindler, and it is 6-2 on a sacrifice fly to right field by Easton Panasic.
Second baseman number 6, Trey Stewart.
And that sac fly comes at the 1 hour mark of the ball game as Schindler scores to make it 6-2. And that'll clear the count here for Trey Stewart as we return to the top of the order here from Minot. Trey Stewart 0 for 1. He was hit by a pitch, and then he popped out to the third baseman on his last trip to the plate. 1 ball, no strike here to Trey Stewart. Kellen Burke awaits in the on-deck circle. They finally got 1 out. We'll see if they can get a second one here on Stewart or not. Out cost him a run. Oh, and if Gaynor wouldn't have dived for it, it's possible that Otley would have been backing him up, but the dive deflected the ball off Gaynor, and the ball sent the opposite direction of the path that Otley was taking. So it results in a base hit, and Stewart will get credit for a single. Kellen Burke 0 for 0, hit by a pitch and an intentional walk last time he was at the plate. And that one's fouled away for a strike, 0-1. Swing and a miss on a pitch that floated to the outside. Breaking ball, and Kellen Burke cannot make contact. He cannot reach out far enough to avoid strike 2, and it's an 0-2 count now. Perkins, can he strike him out on pitch number 10? Nope, he cannot. It'll be 1-2.
Oh, yeah. Nice throw, Tyson. Hey, good job, Tyson.
Tyson Jorgensen firing it up to Gaynor at first, but Trey Stewart's back in time. 1 ball and 2 strikes as the lights have come on here at Starry Bank Field. You can't see it on your screen. You'll have to take my word for it. That one's pushed up and fouled away off the first base side. We'll stay at 1-2 as a result. It's been a long inning for Jamestown. They would like to get out of it and get another crack at swinging the bats. See if they can't erase a little bit, if not all, of that deficit here in the top of the fourth. Another pickoff attempt, and back in time is Trey Stewart.
Go, Kellen.
2-2. And that's right back to Proxton, and the throw is off the mark. They could have turned that into a double play, possibly, but instead, it'll be 2 runners on. Excuse me, I got the hiccups. And another error charge to Jamestown. So runners on first and second. Trey Stewart second, Kellen Burke first. This is Parker Han. Ball 1 to Parker Han. He's 0 for 2. Grounded out to second. Struck out swinging his last time up. And the 1-0 pitch from Perkins. Could not quite click on the strike zone there as he was going for the edge of the plate. And he misses at 2-0. He'll nod to the signal from Jorison, take a stare down at second, wind and deliver. Outside, 3-0. One out, 3 balls, no strikes. And he gets a strike there. 3-1. And a hard hit ball, line drive to Gaynor at first. And he turns it into a double play. It is a 3-3 double play, and that puts an end to the 3rd inning of play. Mercifully for Jamestown, as they give up 5 in that bottom half of the 3rd. And what seemed like an inning that was going to go on for a long time ended up on a nice play by Bennett Gaynor to get Jamestown out of it. 3-3 double play, and we go now to the top of the 4th, and we'll see if Jamestown can take that double play momentum and turn it into some hits and base runners when we return after this. Stay tuned.
Powerful and playful. Delicate and precise. Bold and carefree. It's the way you move, and it moves us. To deliver care for your whole family. To provide options beyond the expected. To help you leave pain in the past and find your way forward. Orthopedics and sports medicine at Sanford Health. Health lives here.
Doolittle's Wood-Fired Grill is an experience that ignites your senses, featuring wood-fired rotisserie cooking. Grilling meat over an open flame creates that savory wood-roasted flavor, while the rotisserie rotation results in juicy and succulent meats. Doolittle's even has an outdoor fire pit that creates a relaxing setting to wine and dine for any occasion. Visit DoolittlesRestaurants.com for a full menu or to make a reservation. Doolittle's Wood-Fired Grill, 2112 25th Street South in Fargo, or call ahead at 701-478-2200.
All right, top of the 4th, 6-2 Minot. And it's time to see if Jamestown can respond. They don't have to get all of it back, but be helpful if they were to get 1 or 2 here in this inning. Probably 2 more than 1, but for obvious reasons. But we'll see what happens here. And this one's fouled back into the netting for strike 1. It's the new pitcher, Braxton Perkins, so it's his first trip to the plate. So he's 0 for 0 due to the fact that he hasn't been to the plate yet until now. Strike 1 on the fouled away pitch. And that's strike 2. Well, maybe not. Maybe not. Curveball, I thought it dipped down low enough for strike 2, but it did not. It's ball 1. And inside for a ball. And it's 2-1. Yeah, that one's popped up and pushed to the right side of our broadcast booth here. Makes it 2-2. 2 strikes in the form of fouled away pitches for Braxton Perkins. And he'll foul this one away as well. We'll stay right where we're at 2-2. Top of the 4th, nobody out. Jamestown, after taking a 2-0 lead, have given up 6 unanswered runs. 1 in the 2nd, 5 in the 3rd. And that was a diamond cutter up the middle into center field. And that'll be a base hit for Braxton Perkins. And Mark, if you're watching, there you go. It took 21 innings of baseball to work that in, finally. I hope it was worth the wait. Caden Hawkinson, the batter now. And the first pitch is delivered as a strike. Hawkinson's 0 for 1, a fly out to right field. That was caught by the second baseman on his last trip to the plate. Wallstrom with the 0-1 pitch. And that one is going to diving catch in right field by Tyson Ruziska. And that will be out number 1. Nice play by Ruziska. You take a risk every time an outfielder dives for it in the event that they don't catch it and potentially bounces past them. It usually results in extra bases. This time, Tyson Ruziska tracks it down nicely and makes a diving grab for out number 1. That one's fouled away to the third base side. It's Isaac Webster, the batter. He's 0 for 0. He was walked last time he was at the plate. Webster bats 8 in the lineup. So with 1 out, if no double plays happen, we will see Ethan Otley next. And now we'll see Ethan Otley as Webster will reach via a walk first time and via hit by a pitch this time. And runners are on first and second now.
Number 21, Ethan Otley.
Ethan Otley's 0 for 0. He was also walked last time he was at the plate. He's batter 9 in the lineup. Top of the order, Thomas Newman waits on deck, and some words between the Minot coach and the home plate umpire here. I'm not sure what those words were, but one away, 2 runners on. Jamestown has an opportunity to capitalize here and chip away at that 4-run deficit. First pitch misses for a ball, 1-0. And check swing, he went too far, and it's a strike. It may have been a strike anyway. 1-1. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 runner on, and now a fouled away pitch to make it 1-2. 1-2 pitch. That one's going to bounce away. The runners are going to advance. And Jamestown has an excellent opportunity now to cash in and get a little bit closer. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the batters advance on a wild pitch. Or the runners, I should say, advance on a wild pitch. Base hit to left field. Coming in from third is Braxton Perkins. Sliding into third safely is Isaac Webster. It's 6-3 as Jamestown cuts the lead in half. A base hit and an RBI single for Ethan Otley.
Number 9, Thomas Newman.
Webster to third, runners on the corners. And now Thomas Newman. With only 1 out, they could consider the option of a double steal to get another run in here. One ball, no strike. Thomas Newman 0 for 1, walk and struck out looking. As this is his 3rd trip to the plate as we enter round 3 of the Jamestown lineup here in the top of the 4th. 1 ball, 1 strike now with 1 out and runners on the corners. 1st and 3rd, Webster 3rd, Otley 1st, and the pitch will miss for ball 2. If Newman can reach base, it'd be Tyson Jorison, who is on deck and would bat next. Swing and a miss, strike 2. He was looking to hit the gap in left center there over the head of the shortstop, but could not make the contact. Two balls, 2 strikes. They're going to call that ball 3. I'm pretty sure I've seen that pitch called a strike several times in this tournament. It just all depends on the strike zone determined by the home plate umpire in that game. Runner goes, and that's a base hit. The shortstop, Parker Hahn, was running to the right, and he shifted it to the left of Hahn, and that will score Isaac Webster. Ethan Otley moves to third, an RBI single for Newman, and the Jamestown Eagles make it 6-4.
Catcher number 1, Tyson Jorison.
1 out. And the Jamestown Eagles get a little bit closer, and they got a runner on third to possibly bring their team within 1. So runners remain on the corners now. Otley on third, Newman on first with the RBI single and the pitch. And that'll be a strike, 0-1. Still only 1 out. Runner will go, swing and a miss. Well, that'll be strike 1, or strike 2, excuse me. And that will fall for a ball. And that will also allow Newman to advance to second on the stolen base. So if Jorison can get a base hit, we could have a tie ball game here. Wallstrom on pitch 37, according to my numbers here. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Runners on second and third, and the pitch. And that's into the dirt. It's through the legs of Burke, but not far enough to allow any opportunity for Otley to come in. It will result in ball 2 and an even count. And now Wallstrom will step off. Runners will touch up. Pitch. Wallstrom swings and fouls it away. We stay at 2-2. It's a big opportunity here for Jamestown to tie this game. They do not want to leave those runners stranded. We'll see if Wallstrom can sneak one by him here. And that one's going to right field. It might drop for a hit. Oh, he made a wonderful catch. Tagging on third and tagging on second. The runners advance. It'll be a sac fly for Jorison, and it's a one-run game as Jamestown pulls within one at 6-5.
Third baseman number 18, Jackson Colton.
So 2 away, runner on third, 2 outs. Tying run is 90 feet away, and the pitch comes across for ball 1 to Jackson Colpin. Colpin is 1 for 2, reached on an error and a single to left field. And this one, bouncing ball towards Trey Stewart. If he can throw him out, and he can. And that will strand Newman on third. So 1 left stranded in scoring position. However, Jamestown gets 3, and they are in good shape. It would have been nice if that run would have come in for Jamestown fans, but I think Jamestown fans are satisfied with where their team is at right now, down 1 against the 4th-seeded team in the state, 6-5. We go to the middle of the 4th, and we're back with more here in just a moment. Stay tuned.
Powerful and playful. Delicate and precise. Bold and carefree. It's the way you move, and it moves us. To deliver care for your whole family. To provide options beyond the expected. To help you leave pain in the past and find your way forward. Orthopedics and sports medicine at Sanford Health. Health lives here.
Doolittle's Wood-Fired Grill is an experience that ignites your senses, featuring wood-fired rotisserie cooking. Grilling meat over an open flame creates that savory wood-roasted flavor, while the rotisserie rotation results in juicy and succulent meats. Doolittle's even has an outdoor fire pit that creates a relaxing setting to wine and dine for any occasion. Visit DoolittlesRestaurants.com for a full menu or to make a reservation. Doolittle's Wood-Fired Grill, 2112 25th Street South in Fargo, or call ahead at 701-478-2200.
Bottom of the 4th, the Eagles have made things interesting. They put 3 on the board in the top of the 4th. They now trail by 1. It is 6-5. Aiden Deal is the leadoff batter here in the bottom of the 4th for Minot. We'll see Rodacker and Ruziska this inning as well. Of course, Ruziska got that triple earlier. Pitch comes across, ball 1 to Aiden Deal. Ground out and reach base on an error, so he's 0 for 2 in this game. And that one's sent to left field, but it's pushed foul and out of play. And I'll even up the count at a ball and a strike. 1 hour and 21 minutes, time of the game now. Braxton Perkins, 17 pitches according to my numbers. And that one is sent foul to almost the exact same spot. 2 fouled away pitches and 2 strikes, 1 and 2. Can Perkins blast one past Deal here and get that first out? It took them a long time to get the first out in the bottom of the 3rd. And that one almost hit him. It'll be ball 2 and an even count. Minot had scored 3 of their 5 runs before the first out was recorded on a sac fly that scored run 4. So I guess you could say that they scored 4 of their runs before the first out was recorded. And that one's pushed foul, and for the 3rd time, he goes to the same spot towards the wiffle ball field here at Starry Bank Field. We stay at 2 and 2. Once again, Adam Rodacher awaits on deck. We'll see him and Tyson Ruziska this inning. This batter's 4, 5, and 6 in the middle of the order as that one's fouled away to the left side of our broadcast booth. We stay at 2-2 once again. This is pitch number 7 of the plate appearance here for Aiden Deal. It's been at 2-2 for a little bit now. And this one's going to be popped up. Thomas Newman backpedaling into shallow left center, and he makes the catch.
First baseman, number 99, Adam Rodacher.
Rodacher 0 for 1, fly out to left, and a walk. Perkins will push the first pitch past Rodacher for a strike. There's the 0-1 delivery. And Rodacher's going to right field. It's going to be a base hit. Couple bounces. Hawkinson will pick it up, fire it back in to hold Rodacher to a single, and another base hit. And Rodacher and Minot have a runner on here in the bottom of the 4th. 1 hour and 24 minutes, and now Tyson Ruziska, a triple his first time up, a single his second time up. The triple went in down the first base line into the corner of right field. The single went into medium center. I believe that's the diving catch attempt by, no, that was Minot who made the diving catch attempt. And a strike is called here on Ruziska. So if Ruziska could get a double here, then he'd be a home run shy of the cycle, and in the bottom of the 4th, if he can get the double, he'd set himself up for that possibility. And that'll be fouled away, and we're at 2 strikes. Rodacher with a decent lead off, and they will notice that and try and pick him off, but Rodacher gets back in time. And that one comes off the handle of the bat and is fouled away, and we'll stay right where we're at 0-2. 1 out on the board. Runner on first is Rodacher, Ruziska 0-2, and Carson Deaver on deck. Rodacher gets a nice little lead off again. He'll get stared down by Perkins as he sets for the 0-2 pitch. And it's going to be a strikeout.
Third baseman, number 7, Carson Deaver.
One more, Brock. Get the last one.
Carson Deaver, a pair of singles, 1 to right, 1 to left in this game. See if we can get another one here. He's the only Minot player who's batting 1,000 right now in this game. And that one will pop away, and the throw to second will not be made. Possibly a smart choice there by Tyson Jorison. It's ball 1 to Carson Deaver, and Rodacher will advance to second. And a chance to increase Minot's lead here if they can find a base hit. Here's the 1-0, and that one, that was close to being into the backstop. Nice reach there by Jorison in his glove, and it's 2-0. Oh, that was close. They nearly got Rodacher. That was very, very close. Perkins will deliver. And it's fouled away first base side, and we'll stay at 0-2. Or, I'm sorry, we're at 2-0. We'll go to 2-1. And that one's going to be popped up. If they hurry, they might be able to make the catch. And he dropped the ball. And coming in from third is Rodacher. And the play to second not in time. I believe that's going to be an error. I'll wait for the official scoring, because I've been known to be tricked by that. Yes, and they do put it up on the board as an error. I'm not sure what the delay was on that. Maybe they were unsure, like more unsure than I was in the box over there, but so Minot now leads 7-5 on said error. Tegan Schindler, the batter now, already facing a 2-0 count after we get the stat book updated. Schindler, 1 for 1 with a walk and a triple. One of 2 Minot players to hit a triple in this game. 7-5, so a little bit more of a cushion now here for Minot. And that'll be ball 3. So Perkins will get a chance to get a free strike here with no threat of anything happening. Ball 4, he walks him. Runners on first and second now. It's a 4-pitch walk to Tegan Schindler. And Easton Panasek, the center fielder, will step up to the plate. At the 1 hour and 30-minute mark of the ball game, we'll get a visit to the mound here for Jamestown. It'll just be a conversation, at least I think it will be. So once again, to reset here, Carson Devers on second, Tegan Schindler is on first. Easton Panasek is the batter, 0 for 1, sack bunt. 2 of his teammates, second and third, earlier in the game, and then he would fly out to right field on his last trip to the plate. So conversation at the mound is concluded. 2 outs. Runners on first and second. 2-run lead for Minot here. Jamestown might be able to afford to give up that 1 run if they can get the 3rd out here and leave those other 2 runners stranded on base. We'll see if the talk helps Perkins or not on the pitches. He's thrown some balls recently. That's a better pitch than his most recent ones, but it still misses for ball 1. So positive signs there, I guess you could say, based on that analysis. And that one will come inside, and it's ball 2. So maybe I shouldn't have said anything. I'm jinxing him into throwing more balls. I don't know. 2 balls and no strikes. And it's 3 balls and no strikes. So the chit-chat at the mound has not helped Perkins to throw strikes, at least not yet. Here's the 3-0. He'll get it on the edge for a strike. See if you can get a couple more of those, or potentially get Panasek to ground into a double play, possibly. Or they don't need a double play, it'll just be one, and that will not be the case, as it'll be a walk on 5 pitches to Panasek, and that will load the bases now for Trey Stewart, the top of the order here for Minot, who's 1 for 2. He was hit by a pitch. He'd pop out to the third baseman on his last play, last trip to the plate. He would get a single into shallow center, right where the brown turf meets the green grass, as it was Ethan Otley who would dive to stop it. And now Minot takes an 8-5 lead as Trey Stewart gets hit by a pitch, and that brings in Carson Deaver from third.
Catcher number 3, Kellen Burke.
That's not what Jamestown needed. They were probably okay at 7-5. Now they're in a little bit of a hot water at 8-5. That one into the backstop, but pops back quickly to prevent any more runs from coming in. So Jamestown scores 3 in the top of the 4th, and Minot's gotten 2 of those 3 back so far here in the bottom of the 4th. And that one's fouled off, and we're at 1-1. Once again, it's Kellen Burke. He's 0 for 1. He was hit by a pitch, then he was intentionally walked, and then he reached base on an error. And he almost gets hit by a pitch a second time, as that one comes behind the legs of Burke for ball 2. That one's fouled off. That one's a little bit outside. We have a full count, 3-2. Low and out on the pitch by Jorson, and a full count, and Perkins has to be careful here. He doesn't want to walk in a free run. He also doesn't want to give up a hit and possibly give up 2 runs. The runners will go, and that will be ball 4, and that'll bring in the free run, and it's 9-5.
Shortstop number 2, Parker Hale.
The way this game is gone, I'm not counting Jamestown out yet, down 4, but looks like the coach is going to probably pull Braxton Perkins here on the second trip to the mound this inning. We will see if that's the case. Does he reach for the ball? He does, and that'll do it for Braxton Perkins. I had him down for 47 pitches. We'll see what the official pitch count is.
Pitch count for Perkins,
50.
Pitch count for Perkins, 52.
Oh, 52, so I was off by a few. That's okay. That's been known to happen before. So 9-5 on the walk by Braxton Perkins. And we'll take a break and update you on any changes here in just a moment.
Powerful and playful. Delicate and precise. Bold and carefree. It's the way you move, and it moves us. To deliver care for your whole family. To provide options beyond the expected. To help you leave pain in the past and find your way forward. Orthopedics and sports medicine at Sanford Health. Health lives here.
Sweet Shots is Fargo's premier golf entertainment destination. Sweet Shots will host your birthday, bachelorette party, corporate events, date nights, or a night out with friends and family. Need help with your golf game? Visit with one of Sweet Shots' PGA teaching pros. Hungry? They have a full food and beverage menu too. Try your shot in one of 60 climate control hitting suites or one of 5 indoor full swing simulators that include golf, hockey, hunting, football, soccer, and zombie dodgeball. Make the trip to 3400 James Way South in Fargo or visit sweetshots.com for much more.
All right, so the only defensive change here is the pitcher for Jamestown. That's a look at Brandon Kaler, Brandon Kaler, and he will take over 52 pitches for Braxton Perkins. Hour and 38 into the contest. Easton Panasic on third, Trey Stewart on second, Kellen Burke on first. Should any or all of those runs come in to score, they'd be charged to Braxton Perkins. And the first batter that Kaler will face is Parker Han, who's 0 for 3. Ground out to second, strikeout swinging, and that line drive into a double play at first on his last trip to the plate. So Minot has now matched what Jamestown put up in the top of the inning, and they restore the 4-run lead they had coming into the fourth.
First out, number 2, Parker Han.
We'll see if Kaler can get his team out of this bases loaded jam. All they need is 1 out to do it. And a nice pitch there. They get the strike. That's what they were looking for from Perkins, but he wasn't able to deliver, and we'll see if Kaler comes to the rescue in time or if it's maybe too little too late. Back-to-back strikes. So far, so good for Kaler. And this one fouled off his shin guard in the batter's box. He'll earn a very painful strike out of that one. And it'll stay 0-2, or as it was before. So he'll earn a very painful extra pitch. And this one fouled off as it comes near the lower barrel of the bat on that one. It was a slider that was breaking quick to the inside. Only thing Parker Han could do was rifle it out of there foul and prevent it from hitting him. And here's a little dribbler down the, oh no, they're going to say it's fouled out of the box, so stay 0-2. All right, I think I'm back. We'll find out soon here. 0-2, bases loaded, 2 outs. Fouled off right into the Minot dugout. So 0-2, pitch number 5. And he'll miss, and it's 1-2. So strike, fouled away, fouled away, fouled away, and a ball. So that is 2, 5, 6. This is pitch 7 of the at-bat here for Parker Han. And he'll take pitch 7 for ball 2, and we're finally even at 2 balls and 2 strikes after all of that. Brandon Kaler with 7 pitches, 2 balls, 5 strikes. And all 7 of them, all 8 of them now have come to Parker Han. And you go from 0-2 And on the 9th pitch of the at-bat, you have a full count and a payoff pitch coming up here. And that will be a strikeout. And they will strand 3 on base. So Kaler comes in and gets Jamestown out of the bases loaded jam. But Jamestown finds themselves in the same position as they were at the end of the 3rd. Down 4 as both teams score 3 in the 4th inning of play. We'll see what Jamestown has in their back pocket when we return after this. They're up to bat next. Be right back.
Powerful and playful. Delicate and precise. Bold and carefree. It's the way you move, and it moves us. To deliver care for your whole family. To provide options beyond the expected. To help you leave pain in the past and find your way forward. Orthopedics and sports medicine at Sanford Health. Health lives here.
Sweet Shots is Fargo's premier golf entertainment destination. Sweet Shots will host your birthday, bachelorette party, corporate events, date nights, or a night out with friends and family. Need help with your golf game? Visit with one of Sweet Shots' PGA teaching pros. Hungry? They have a full food and beverage menu too. Try your shot in one of 60 climate control hitting suites or one of 5 indoor full swing simulators that include golf, hockey, hunting, football, soccer, and zombie dodgeball. Make the trip to 3400 James Way South in Fargo or visit sweetshots.com for much more.
Welcome back. 3 per side in the 4th. And nothing accomplished for Jamestown as a result. They are still down 4, 9-5, heading into the final 9 outs of the final 9 available outs to try and come up with 4 runs. They got 2 in the 1st, none in the next 3, and 3 in the top of the 4th. Let's see what they can do here in the top of the 5th. It's Preston Gall along with Bennett Gaynor and Brennan Kaler. Batters 4, 5, and 6, the middle of the order here for Jamestown. Preston Gall's 1 for 2, struck out swinging, hit a single to right field on his last trip to the plate. Takes the first pitch for a strike, 0-1. And will he run that one out? Yes, he will not. Yes, he will not. You know what I was trying to say there. And that is 1 down now here on a couple of pitches. Now bring up Bennett Gaynor. So Jamestown down to 8 outs now. And they need 4 runs. And we could have kept it at 0-1 because that's what the count ends up being. Bennett Gaynor 0 for 2. Struck out looking, grounded out to 3rd on his last trip to the plate. 3 games for you tomorrow starting at 12 noon Central Time or 1 o'clock Eastern. Or if you're from the far western part of the state, then bright and early at 11 a.m. for you. I know 11 a.m. is bright and early on a Saturday, or on a Friday. I got to take a friend to the airport at about 3 o'clock this morning, so we'll see if that affects me tomorrow or not. 0-2. And that one is going to miss, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes now to Bennett Gaynor. 1 hour and 47. Every game I've done today has surpassed the 2-hour mark. 2 hours and 7 minutes for Fargo Post 400 in Grand Forks. Nice diving catch there by Trey Stewart. And that's out number 2.
Great catch from Stewart at second. He brings up the pitcher, number 8, Brandon Kaler.
Brennan Kaler is the batter now. It's his first trip to the plate tonight. As I was saying, 2 hours and 7 minutes for Fargo Post 400 versus Grand Forks. And then the Williston Jamestown game went 2 hours and 27 minutes. Right now we're at 1 hour and 47 minutes in this one. And we are in the top of the 5th, so there's a good chance we might eclipse 2 hours in this one. Oh, did they call that a strike? I'm going to look on the replay here. Yep, they called it a strike. So it's 0-2. The 0-2 pitch. That is strike 3, I believe. Yes, it is. And it's a 1-2-3 inning, quick and painless. And Jamestown's running out of time and running out of opportunity. Can Minot hang on to a 4-run lead and possibly add to it? We're about to find out. We return after this. Stay tuned.
Mitso Magic Services is locally owned and operated out of Bismarck, North Dakota. They provide the services you need to keep your home looking great. Whether it's lawn mowing or snow removal, get the job done for a reasonable and affordable rate with Mitso Magic Services. Mitso Magic Services also offers weed control, landscaping, tree trimming, and yard cleanup services and more. Want some magic done to your yard? You know who to call. Mitso Magic Services. Contact Jaden today at 701-333-9791 or visit them on Facebook by searching Mitso Magic Services.
This and That, locally owned and operated since 2019, has a wide variety of items, vintage classics, antiques, clothing, and so much more. One customer describes the inventory as fresh and revolving, as the friendly owners are always bringing new items into the store. So if you're looking for a super awesome store with very classy decor, a ton of variety, where the price is right, then stop in at This and That, 136 South Main Avenue in Rugby, or call 701-390-7453. For store hours, visit the This and That Facebook page.
Bottom of the 5th, nothing scored in the top half of the inning. A chance for the Vistas to put this one away potentially here if they can get another run or two, if they haven't put it away already.
For the Vistas, left fielder number 10, Aiden Deal.
It'll be 4, 5, and 6. Deal, Rodacker, and Ruziska, which means they batted a full 9 in the bottom of the 4th, because that's the 3 that led off in the bottom of the 4th. And that one, I think he lost his grip on it. And we'll just simply say it's ball 1. He does not lose his grip on this one, but he does push it a little bit too far inside for ball 2. Deal 0 for 3, grounded out to the pitcher, reached on an error, and then popped out to the shortstop, and now he fouls this one off. And we're at 2-1. High for ball 3. So 3 balls and a strike now. Full count. See if Kaler can get one more like that pass Deal or not. Here it comes. And it's bouncing right up towards Newman. He'll pick it up and fire it into the glove of Gaynor, and that's a 6-3 ground out. Adam Rodacker, 1 for 2. Fly out to left, a walk, and a big single to right field last time he was at the plate. That one's hit up high, and center fielder Preston Gall has it tracked and caught. Out number 2. So 2 quick outs here for Jamestown. And if they can keep that up, they'll be swinging here momentarily.
Right fielder number 1, Tyson Ruziska.
That one will escape into the backstop. Ball 1 here to Tyson Ruziska. Triple and a single, and then struck out swinging. So unlikely that there's a chance for a cycle for Ruziska, but you never know. 2-0. And that one's going to right field, and it's caught. It was caught in right field by Caden Hawkinson, and that's out number 3. It's a 1-2-3 inning here for Minot, or for Jamestown on Minot, as Caden Hawkinson catches a low flying line drive out into right field. Not an easy catch to make, but he makes it. And now Jamestown will bring out the bats at the bottom of the order. It's the right fielder who just made the catch, Caden Hawkinson, leading it off with his teammates Isaac Webster and Ethan Otley when we return after this here. 9-5 Minot after 5 complete. We're back in a moment. Stay tuned.
Doolittle's Wood-Fire Grill is an experience that ignites your senses, featuring wood-fired rotisserie cooking. Grilling meat over an open flame creates that savory wood-roasted flavor, while the rotisserie rotation results in juicy and succulent meats. Doolittle's even has an outdoor fire pit that creates a relaxing setting to wine and dine for any occasion. Visit DoolittlesRestaurants.com for a full menu or to make a reservation. Doolittle's Wood-Fire Grill, 2112 25th Street South in Fargo, or call ahead at 701-478-2200.
Top of the 6th, we're back at Starling Bank Field, Game 14 of the 2024 State AA Tournament. Minot, Grand Forks, Fargo Post 400 have had their seasons come to a conclusion. And if Jamestown can't figure something out, they're going to join them. They had a tough regular season. They've had a fantastic showing here in the state tournament. But right now they trail and their season's on the line. Caden Hawkinson, who made a great catch out in right field to end the 5th inning of play, will lead things off here in the top of the 6th. He hasn't had much success so far. He's 0 for 2 with a pair of flyouts to the Minot right fielder, Tyson Ruziska. 4 minutes in front of the 2-hour mark of this ball game. 2:07 and 2:27, the time of the 2 games I did today, and this one's going to surpass 2 hours as well. We'll see which one of the 3 is going to be the longest. 0-1. And I think that'll be, oh, they're going to call that a ball. One ball, 1 strike. This is the 23rd inning of baseball that I've called today, thanks to a 9-inning and an 8-inning extra inning games in the first 2 games today. And that one's going to be sent into shallow right. And the right fielder, Tyson Ruziska, will call off the backpedaling Trey Stewart and make the catch for the first out of the inning.
Left fielder number 27, Isaac Webster.
So Isaac Webster will get some cheers from the crowd in attendance here. He's 0 for 0. He walked his first time up. He reached base his second time up via hit by a pitch. And this one will eventually bounce foul. The fifth inning was probably the fastest inning of the entire game, as both teams went 1-2-3. 6 up and 6 down. And not a lot of pitches in that fifth inning by both pitchers combined. I think just barely surpassed the 10-pitch mark. And this one to right field. It's going to... Oh, he made the catch. Unbelievable. Tyson Ruziska with a diving catch. He hit the ground and everybody went silent and waited for the call from the umpire. Umpire puts his fist up in the air and a nice diving catch by Ruziska in right field. Out number 2. Ethan Otley. And a strike is called. Otley's 1 for 1 with a walk and a single to left field. That one's outside for a ball. We're even at 1-1. And the pitch. That one will go into the dirt. We're at 2-1. If Otley reaches base, we return to the top of the order with Thomas Newman next. Two balls and a strike, 2 outs, no runners on. Here's the windup from Wahlstrom. He'll deliver. Ooh, just a little high. Nearly had strike 2 there. 3 balls and a strike. And bouncing ball to third. It will stay fair. He'll fire it over. Off the base. Did he make the tag? No, he did not. Ethan Otley is on base.
First up, number 9, Thomas Newman.
Back to the top of the order now with Thomas Newman after the error. Charged to the third baseman on the throw. Newman 1 for 2, walk, struck out looking, and a single to left. Newman scored the first of the 5 runs of the game for Jamestown. And that one just to the right of our broadcast booth. We've now hit the 2-hour mark of the ball game. 2 hours and 1 minute to be more precise. 0-2. And that one will be ball number 1. If Jamestown is able to etch out a couple of runs here in the top of the 6th, that would put them in a pretty good position heading into the top of the 7th. But first things first, they got to get Newman on base with a hit somehow. Or a walk, or a hit by a pitch, or however they're going to get on base. We'll find out potentially here on this next pitch as we've reached a full count at 3-2. And this one bouncing out towards Hot Hand at short. He'll fire it over, and that is the conclusion of inning number 6. They leave one stranded on base, and it's a 9-5 lead for Minot. One last chance for the Vistas to add to their 4-run lead, and then it'll be up to defense in the top of the 7th to see if we go beyond the top of the 7th or not. Wallstrom's at 71 pitches now through 4.5, I believe, is 4 innings of work. So not really no half inning for pitchers, but 4 innings of work, 71 pitches for Wallstrom. We'll be back in a moment. Stay tuned.
Oh, come on! You gotta box out! That's the problem with kids these days. No fundamentals.
Fundamentals?
Yeah, it's not that hard. You just gotta box out! Box out! Box out! Oh, look at this guy. He can't get past me. I'm letting my hooves because I'm a Buffalo. Box out! Double box out! Box out! See what I'm saying? It's just fundamentals. What? What's wrong with your faces?
This and That, locally owned and operated since 2019, has a wide variety of items, vintage classics, antiques, clothing, and so much more. One customer describes the inventory as fresh and revolving, as the friendly owners are always bringing new items into the store. So if you're looking for a super awesome store with very classy decor, a ton of variety, where the price is right, then stop in at This and That, 136 South Main Avenue in Rugby, or call 701-390-7453. For store hours, visit the This and That Facebook page.
Bottom of the 6th, the Vistas have a 4-run lead. We'll see if Jamestown can keep it at 4 and have a somewhat manageable top of the 7th. First things first, they got to play defense and get back to the bat, still trailing by 4. I want to say hi to Jim. He says he's still hanging in there. He's been watching ever since we went on the air this morning at 11 o'clock. Hopefully you've found some time to get some food or something in between games. So we haven't had a lot of time between games today, with the first 2 going to extra innings. First one won by the Fargo Post 400 Stars in the bottom of the 9th. The second one won by Jamestown in the bottom of the 8th. Or check that, the top of the 8th. Batter 7, 8, 9, bottom of the order. Minot went 1, 2, 3 in the 5th. We'll see what Carson Deaver, Tegan Schindler, and Easton Panasic can do here in the bottom of the 6th. Ball 1. Deaver's 2 for 3, a pair of singles, 1 to right field, 1 to left field, and then he reached base on an error on his last trip to the plate. And he rips this one. It's a base hit to left field. Carson Deaver's going to get on. He's going to go for 2. And the throw is not going to make it in time, and it's going to be a double for Carson Deaver. So it's a hit and a double.
Designated hitter number 5, Tegan Schindler.
And a nice start here for Minot to see if they can't get some extra insurance runs here in the bottom of the 6th and make it a little bit more difficult for Jamestown in the top of the 7th. 9 runs on 8 hits for Minot, 5 runs on 5 hits for Jamestown. Both teams have committed 3 errors in this contest. Here's the pitch. Inside, and that's going to be ball 1. So 1 ball, 1 strike to Tegan Schindler, who's 1 for 1 with a walk, a pair of walks, and a triple sandwiched in between the 2 walks. And now we're looking at 2-1. And a quick pump fake throw there by Jorson. Pump fake threatened throw, probably the better way to word that. And that one's going to left field, but Webster's there for the catch. He'll fire it back into second quickly, and that's 1 out. And now Easton Panasic, the center fielder, will come up to the plate here for Minot. And see if he can get Carson Deaver in from second or not. And a strike is called. Ball one. Jim says he turned up the volume to listen while he cooked dinner. And that is one of the benefits of MSPN digital television. Everybody, well, except with the exception of a couple of people on our staff, everybody has radio broadcast experience. So you can just listen to a game if you want to, in most cases. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. And the pitch is going to miss for ball 2, and we're at 2-2. Trey Stewart is on deck. That'll return us to the top of the order. We'll see him for sure unless a double play happens. This one's going to right field. Can Hackinson get there? He cannot. It's going to get behind him. And they're going to send Deaver around third. He will score. And it's 10-5 Minot. So an RBI single for Easton Panasic scores Deaver from second. And now Minot doubles up here on Jamestown at the 2-hour and 9-minute mark. So this is the second longest game of the day. As the first game went 2 hours and 7 minutes. And now we're at 2:09. We'll see if this one eclipses 2:27 to become the longest game of the day or not. In the bottom of the 6, it's going to be close. I don't think we will surpass 2:27. We're at 2:10 right now, so we have 17 minutes to find out. Trey Stewart, top of the order, 1 for 2. He was hit by a pitch. Then he would pop out to the third baseman. And now I throw up to third. The tag is, they got him. And that one's popped up, and it will go out of play. They cannot make a play on that one. If I thought they were going to make a play on it, I would have moved the camera over, but there was no play on it, so. 1 ball and 2 strikes now to count. Here to Trey Stewart. Base is empty, 1-2, 2 outs, 10-5 ball game. That one's into the backstop, and we're even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And that one's lined into right field. It's going to be a base hit, more than likely a double. And there goes Trey Stewart wheeling his way into second. And he thought for a split moment about third, but changed his mind, and probably a smart choice. So a double into right field for Trey Stewart puts him into scoring position for Kellen Burke. Kellen Burke's 0 for 1, believe it or not. He was hit by a pitch. Then he reached base on an intentional walk. Then he reached base on an error. Then he reached base on a walk. So an intentional walk, a normal walk, a hit by a pitch, and an error. He's been on base in non-hit fashion on every single trip to the plate so far tonight. He'll foul this one away for strike number 1. And that's a swing and a miss for strike 2. So this is the 5th time through the batting order here for Minot in this game. They've put 9 of those 45 players across the plate, or 10 of those 45 across the plate. That one's fouled away. So they've scored 10. They've stranded 9 on base. So that's 19 of the 35 batter. 9 times 5 is 35. No, it's not. It's 45, yeah. So 10 of the 45 have scored. 9 of the 45 have been stranded on base. The rest have grounded out, striked out, flied out, etc. Two-two. Fouled away. We'll do the 2-2 over again. Once again, Trey Stewart standing on second base. 2 outs. And Minot has doubled up on Jamestown. The score 10-5 here. 2 away in the bottom of the 6th. And that one's going to hit the gap in right center field. Rounding third is Trey Stewart. He'll score, and Minot takes an 11-5 lead.
Shortstop number 2, Parker Hand.
So it's an RBI single for Kellen Burke, and now Parker Hand steps up to the plate with 2 away. Jamestown running out of gas in the tank here. It's 6 runs. It's going to be a big hill to climb. And that's presuming that Parker Hand doesn't help his team increase that to 7 or more. And ball 1. That one pops into the dirt and then pops back up into the netting, and now Kellen Burke is in scoring position. We'll call it an advancement on a wild pitch. And it's 1 ball, no strike. Parker Hand 0 for 4. Ground out to second, strikeout swinging, a line drive into a double play at first, and a strikeout looking. And there's ball 3. That's ball 4. So 2 runners on now for Aiden Deal, who's 0 for 4. A ground out to the pitcher on a 1-3, reach base on an error, a pop out to the shortstop, and a ground out to the shortstop. And now the Jamestown coach will bring out a few more balls, and he'll redirect himself up towards the mound here to talk with Kaler and the rest of the Jamestown teammates. And that will do it for Kaler. I have him down for 45 pitches. And it looks like coming in to pitch is Nate Walls. So Darnell, if you're watching, your favorite player is hitting the mound right now. Once again, 41 or 40. I'm sorry. Let me look at my book here.
Final pitch count for Taylor, 47.
Okay, I had him at 45, so I was 2 off.
Pitching for Jamestown, number 12, Nate Walls.
All right, so the switch is made now. Nate Walls with his warm-up pitches. We'll take a very quick break and be right back.
Who just picked up Buffalo Wild Wings Go? The Hankster! Hank! What?
Jimmy already got B-Dubs Go.
Yeah, Jimmy already got B-Dubs Go. Jimmy already got B-Dubs Go?
Jimmy already got B-Dubs.
Okay, Jimmy already got B-Dubs Go delivered, but did he get 6 free wings?
Yep.
No!
All right, welcome back. Nate Walls on the mound here to try and get Jamestown into the top of the 7th with a no more than 6-run deficit. That's the goal here for Jamestown, is to get to the top of the 7th, trailing no more than what they're trailing now, which is by 6. "11 runs on 11 hits for Minot. 5 runs on 5 hits for Jamestown. 4 errors for Jamestown, 3 errors for Minot. And that one's pushed back into the protective netting for strike number 1. Runners on, Kellen Burke on second, Parker Han on first for Minot. As the Jamestown crowd that was quite into this game earlier has been a little bit silenced here in the last couple of innings as they've seen their team go from a hopeful upset to looking like this could be the end of their season. Barring some major turnaround, that might be the scenario. Swing and a miss. There's a little bit of a positive. It ends the inning, and Nate Walls comes in, gets a strikeout to put Minot out into defense for what they hope is only one more time. Can they get 6 runs and tie this one up? We'll find out. Otherwise, if they can't, the game will be over, and Minot will advance, and Jamestown's season will come to an end. We will see what happens when we return after this. Stay tuned.
Sweet Shots is Fargo's premier golf entertainment destination. Sweet Shots will host your birthday, bachelorette party, corporate events, date nights, or night out with friends and family. Need help with your golf game? Visit with one of Sweet Shots' PGA teaching pros. Hungry? They have a full food and beverage menu too. Try your shot in one of 60 climate control hitting suites or one of 5 indoor full swing simulators that include golf, hockey, hunting, football, soccer, and zombie dodgeball. Make the trip to 3400 James Way South in Fargo or visit sweetshots.com for much more.
Doolittle's Wood-Fire Grill is an experience that ignites your senses, featuring wood-fired rotisserie cooking. Grilling meat over an open flame creates that savory wood-roasted flavor, while the rotisserie rotation results in juicy and succulent meats. Doolittle's even has an outdoor fire pit that creates a relaxing setting to wine and dine for any occasion. Visit DoolittlesRestaurants.com for a full menu or to make a reservation. Doolittle's Wood-Fire Grill, 2112 25th Street South in Fargo, or call ahead at 701-478-2200.
All right, this is it for Jamestown. They need 6 as we go to the top of the 7th. Now we'll go to the top of the 7th. There we go. And they start off with a base hit to left field. One pitch, and Tyson Jorison takes it to left field. It'll drop for a single. That ends his drought. He was 0 for 2 prior to that. Walk, line drive out, and a fly out. Last time he was up, he had that line drive, that fly out to right where Tyson Rosiska made the diving catch. This time he takes it to left for a base hit and a single and a runner on after one pitch. And here comes Jackson Colpin. Showing bunt. And he'll pull the bunt back and take the strike. It's 0-1. Colpin's 1 for 3. Reached on an error, had a single to left and a ground out to the second baseman. So a little spark of hope here for Jamestown, but still a lot of work to be done. This one's cranked to left. And will he get there? No, he will run out of room. And had that been 1 year ago, he would have had an extra 10 feet or so to run after that ball. But the remodels to the field here have eliminated some of the foul ball territory here over the last couple of seasons. And believe it or not, they're not done with any renovations just yet. They have a few more things planned. And come next season, you're going to see a whole new ballpark here at Starion Bank Field. And it is base hit, not grabbed. The second, he's safe. We'll see. I think they'll charge that as a hit. Well, we'll take a look at the scoreboard here and see. Yep, they do charge it as a hit. So Jackson Colpin gets a hard single into shallow left center just past the shortstop, and all of a sudden, no outs and 2 runners on here for Jamestown. So Preston Gall comes to the plate. He represents what could potentially be run number 8 for Jamestown. So as you can see, they still have some work to do, but so far they're starting to build what they hope to be a rally here in the top of the 7th. Pitches high for a ball, 1-0. Preston Gall is 1 for 3. Struck out swinging, a single to right, and a ground out to the pitcher on his last at bat. This game will more than likely end up being the longest game of the day. And this is a bouncing ball to first. And he'll toss it over, and he got him. Runners advance to second and third, 1 out. And now it is Bennett Gaynor.
First baseman number 5, Bennett Gaynor.
So Jorison to third. Colpin to second. A base hit could make it 11-7. 1 out. And a strike. Gaynor 0 for 3. Struck out looking. Ground out to third. And a line drive shot to Trey Stewart, who made a nice catch at second base last time he was at the plate. And a ball. Jim, you're right. It is an amazing field already. But just wait until next year. next baseball season. And this one, hard hit ball is short. Could turn into a, nope, they will get out 2 and another run will score. So it's 11-6. But now Jamestown is down to their final out. It's an RBI ground out for Gaynor. Turns into a 6-3 ground out. Scoring Jorison, pushing Colpin up to third. And now Nate Walls is the batter. Came in to pitch in the 6th inning for Jamestown. And he'll take the first pitch for a strike. It's 0-1. Between our second and third game, I was overhearing some Williston players saying how much they enjoyed playing at this particular field. So I'm sure those Williston players are not the only one who have positive thoughts about this field here, but this game has now reached the 2-hour and 27-minute mark, which was the time of our longest game earlier today. And now it has reached 228, so it's officially our longest game of the day. Swing and a miss. It's a drop third strike. He just has to throw him out, and that's the ball game. They get one across to make it an 11-6 game, but that will end up being the final. And the Jamestown Eagles, in 2 hours and 29 minutes, have their season come to a conclusion here with an overall record of, I'll pull it up here and tell you in just a moment. 11 wins and 20 losses, with 5 of those 11 wins coming in conference play, 3 in conference play, 2 in the state tournament here. They played an excellent game against West Fargo in the opener. Or actually, they played Dickinson in the opener, and then they played an excellent game against West Fargo in that second game. They played a wonderful game earlier today, but they just ran out of gas in the tank, scoring 2 in the top of the first, and then Minot started to take control in the third inning, where they put up 5 of their first 6 runs. Jamestown looked like they had an opportunity to make things interesting by scoring 3 in the top of the 5th, but Minot would match them with 3 of their own to make it a 9-4 ball game, or a 9-5 ball game, excuse me, to give them a 4-run advantage. Minot Vistas would tack on 2 more in the bottom of the 6th to make it 11-5. Jamestown able to muster out 1 run in the top of the 7th, and they fall short by 5. The Minot Vistas, they improved to 30 and let me double check here. Is it 29 or is it? They improved to 29. No, they improved to 30 and 15 overall in the season, and they will advance tomorrow. Let me pull up the bracket to make sure I get this right. They will advance tomorrow to play the Bismarck Governors, and the winner of the Bismarck Governors and the Minot game tomorrow will play the loser of Williston and Fargo Post 2, which is our opening match at 12 noon tomorrow. And then the loser of West Fargo and Fargo Post 2 will play the winner of Bismarck and Minot at 5 o'clock tomorrow. And the winner of that game will go to the state championship game to play the winner of Fargo Post 2 and West Fargo in the state championship on Saturday. 11-6 is your final. Once again, we will, a little bit later this evening, our YouTube watch links will be updated with team logos so you know which watch link belongs to the game that your team is playing in. And so congratulations to Minot. And, Jamestown, yeah, they lost, disappointed. I don't know if, to be 100% honest with you, if a lot of people thought Jamestown would make it to even this stage of the state tournament. I still think it's a successful state tournament for the Jamestown Eagles. 2 years ago, they were in the state championship game, and they lost a lot of seniors from that team, and they are a young team this year. And to get to this point in the state tournament with as young as they are is very, in my book, is a great accomplishment, very successful end of the season. Even though they lost their final game of the season, I still consider it a successful end to the season here for the Jamestown Eagles. So they'll get the experience from this. They'll come back next year. See if they can make a run to the state tournament next year and maybe do a little bit better in the regular season than they did this year. They had a tough roller coaster regular season. They were in a lot of those games that they lost. Only a handful of them were lopsided wins by their opponents, but they were able to pick up 3 victories in the regular season, and then they come to the state tournament and win 2 out of 4, which for a young team is really good against a really good Minot team, against a really good West Fargo team. And like I said, nothing to hang their heads about. All right, so here's our matchups for tomorrow. 12 noon, it's West Fargo and Fargo Post 2. The winner of that game advances to the state championship. The loser will advance to the 5 o'clock game tomorrow, and they will play the winner of our 2:30 game tomorrow, which will be between the Bismarck Governors and the Minot Vistas. So that's our upcoming schedule. We're down to the final 3, maybe 4 games of the state tournament. It has flown by this year for sure. There's no doubt about it. At least in my opinion, it has. 11-6 is your final score. One more time here. Congratulations to the Minot Vistas. They play Bismarck tomorrow. We'll have that game for you at 2:30. But first, it's Fargo Post 2 in West Fargo at 12 noon. Thanks so much for tuning in. We'll talk to you tomorrow at 12 noon for the Fargo Post 2 and West Fargo Patriots game right here on MSPN Digital Television.
The proceeding has been a copyrighted presentation of MSPN Digital Television. Visit us online at our website and by searching MSPN DTV on most social media platforms. Thanks for watching MSPN Digital Television.